Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review for The Amazing Spider-Man issue 59. As we had seen in the previous one, we are continuing on with the cover, Let's Get Crazy, and we start off right from here, so let's crack into this. Now, this one was interesting because as I got to the end, I'm like, did I get gypped? But the interesting thing that they do in this one is, they just completely and utterly focus on the fight, and then they leave all of the kind of ad stuff at the end. So, as you'd see in like other kind of comics, there'd be like kind of ad pages or whatnot. This doesn't have the ad pages until the end. So let's see. They crack off, and they are blasting through a window and going down to the street. Let go, you, as... Oh, God, that is nuts. Crashing right into there, and I love how the words just really sell the impact there. Are you ready to die for this? Are you? Should have stayed out of this. It's between me and Janice. As we see that he's pretty much choking Spider-Man, but then he gets sight of Janice and tries to get out. But Spidey's like, nope. Pretty much gets his feet on a tombstone and smashes him in the face. Leave her alone! As he pretty much chucks him off. But Spidey, of course, is kind of discombobulated. No one's dying today, Lonnie. Lonnie, as we see him then chasing after Janice. It's like, oh, shit. And I kind of like the kind of stars there. They kind of really sell his discombobulated kind of state. Janice yelling, wait, and almost gets into the subway car before Tombstone grabs her. No. I wanted this to be clean, but I can do it messy. It's like, shit, and Tombstone's face is just all kind of fucked up. Then we see Spidey cracking in, still got the stars going on, smacking him with pretty much a light pole twice. Thank God, thank God, thank God, as Janice is able to get into the subway car. She's gone. Let it go, Lonnie. Fuck. And then he just smacks the shit out of Spidey as Spidey starts going down and gets a little bit brighter kind of stars there in a kind of red state. It's like, ah, shit. No. He's pretty much going to get dragged. It's like, holy shit. No! Stay down. But of course we see that he's still discombobulated, but we see his Spidey sense tingling as Tombstone sweeps his legs out from under him. Chugga, 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 chugga. He gets on the back. It's like, no! Lonnie, let go! Now! And Spidey just drags his ass off. So, Spidey's pretty much on one side. Tombstone's rolling over on another. As we see another train kind of blasting through. Tombstone's fucked up. Spidey's fucked up. We see blood on both of their faces. Alright, you have my attention. Let her go, Lonnie. It's over. Look, it'll never be over. It's like, oh, gosh. What the f... I was like, alright, Lonnie. Man, this paneling actually works pretty well. You would think that it would kind of fuck with the action, but I like it being able to close up, and then we still get very nice movement. Really good art. She's your daughter. It doesn't matter. Okay, then. We finish it here. Alright. As we pretty much have the trains utilized as like our timing for it as we're like getting ready for the next kind of bit. Kind of similar to like episode 1 where you've got those kind of like laser doors in the fight between Darth Maul, Qui-Gon Jinn, and Obi-Wan Kenobi. It's like, alright, we see the Spidey senses tingling and Tombstone's coming. Let's finish it! And this is really kind of cool. I love the selling of movement with just this one panel alone as they roll and slam into the wall. And then this is just a close-up, drag-out fucking brawl here. So Tombstone's at the wall first, and Spidey pretty much gets a nice punch in before Tombstone cracks him back in the face, and he just starts wailing on Tombstone. Whoa, 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 whoa. It's like, damn. And Tombstone is not doing well from that, but then he decides to start chucking gravel at Spidey's face. Yeah, you never could fight dirty. I'll make an exception. And then he breaks Tombstone's hands. It's like, Sure, you could call that dirty, but it's pretty much stopping him from fighting. Let's say you make a fist now. Arrgh! And he then does with his broken hands. It's like, okay then. And I do like that this is treated seriously. Spidey is not quipping here. He knows that if Tombstone gets to his daughter, he's going to kill her. So he's doing everything he can to stop him from that. And he just dodges. And it's like, ah. And Tombstone's like, no. And then we, of course, see another train pop, and it's like, oh, shit. And the thing is, Spidey's trying to be careful, but he, like, kicks him into the subway train coming, and he gets fucking ripped on it. Ah, feel better? I'm not doing this for me. You have to stop, Lonnie, as he yells that and punches him down. And I really like the shift to vertical right there. That's great, just to sell the punch. Tombstone punches at him again. I said, stop! And Spidey delivers a 1-2 blow there. And then a kick for good measure. And then the thing is, it's put him onto the track. It's like, no! Lonnie, move! Shroom. And we see that Spidey goes in to save him. And gets hit anyway. Crunch. Gah! That was dumb. Now you're gonna die. And for what? Gah. And Spidey's all fucked up. This shows Pete what he's capable of. Like, why he does this. I mean, yeah, he's fucked up, but he's doing this to stop the insanity. Janice is gone, like you said. You've already saved her. Should have walked away. And of course, I do like that he's got the discombobulated stars as well. Wasn't just saving her, Lonnie. You were going to kill your daughter. I was saving... And I like that. He was saving both of them. It's something you really can't come back from. And then he just kind of like passes out. And I love that Tombstone's hands are fucked up. He still has a thing, and then he just drops it. He was like going to go and kill Spidey. He was like, ugh. And he's kind of walking along the wall and then slides down. It's like, ah, shit. As they pretty much are passed out there. And that's where the issue ends, to be concluded. It's like, alright, let's see what goes on here. And that's just an affecting panel right there. That's just really good art. They're both bloodied, broken, and beaten. And they're just fucked up. So we'll have to see what kind of goes on here. We get a black page. And then we get the usual kind of stuff that we get in the beginning and through the rest of it. Get some fan page telling us what's kind of going on. Fan page continuing. We will now then be getting to the end of Zeb's Wells's run with the next issue. We also get the spiders and symbiotes. This is kind of similar to what we were seeing in X-Men, which I think is an interesting kind of one. As long as it doesn't really take away much from the issue, but gives you an understanding of what's going on. Mainly this is done with like Nick Lowell, the spider editor, and giving us an understanding of the spider kind of stuff. Also, stuff with like the Incredible Hulk, so take a look at that if it interests you. And then of course a look for the next issue's cover of issue 60. And I have to say that I don't know what they're... I understand what they're doing with Venom. That is a really cool comic cover. And it's interesting to see with the gold and everything. That's an interesting kind of color change. But I like this because we get this is more of an action-focused one. So I can understand if somebody's like, I kind of want a little bit more meat. But this really sells it with the art and how it's directed with the action and the movement, moving from the whole window thing down into this subway kind of brawl between them and understanding each's kind of fighting style and each's objectives. Tombstone's trying to win at all costs. Spidey is not taking this lightly and is taking this seriously, and also is attempting to save Lonnie as well as Janice, because you can't really come back from killing your own daughter and everything. So there's not a lot of dialogue, but the action is informing the character. Whenever I'm talking about action informing the character with action movies, incidentally enough, this is a nice kind of example of how Spidey's kind of trying to do this, how this is just a giant fight issue. So if you want dialogue and wittiness and everything like that, this one isn't that. And I could definitely understand being like, no, Spidey should be witty and everything. But in this case, in this scenario, the wit had to have been kept to a minimum because of how Tombstone is going after his daughter. And Spidey is trying to stop that. And I like that he's able to save Janice and saves Lonnie from getting killed by a subway train too. And them just being kind of like knocked the fuck out at the end, that this was a grueling, drag out, fucked up fight that both of them were in. So I really enjoyed it. I think the art did a really good job with it. I liked the different kind of... I liked how the paneling was like really kind of block style, and then switching it up to different kind of block styles to sell certain kind of movement, especially like that downward punch that Spidey does to Tombstone. So I'm excited to see where this kind of ends up and ends this run, and then I'm intrigued to see how 8 Deaths of Spider-Man goes. I don't know how it'll go with all the different kind of creative teams, but we'll see how it kind of works out. And if anything, I might look at other kind of ones if it goes kind of like off base and are just switching up a little bit too much. I do like the core concept of teaming up Doctor Doom as Sorcerer Supreme and essentially him just using Spider-Man as a fucking scapegoat to be like, deal with this shit, you got 8 extra lives, fucking do it. And it's like, you asshole. But we'll see how the execution works on that. So those are my opinions on the issue. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.